haters.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome. I just want to start off by saying that we have a special guest today, y'all. Obviously, Brian from the Reality Guys.
Hey,
Hello.
Brian.
Welcome,
How
Brian.
you doing? Thanks for having me.
We got
We
Brian
are
in the tea. We got some testosterone in the tea room tonight.
And I'm excited for the topics we're going to have tonight because
Yes,
some
I
of
am
them are shows that I'm sure some of y'all are watching. We want to know how Brian feels about them. I want to know about some of the shows as well. So without further ado, I want to introduce the tea ladies. Okay, I'm Tawana G, honey, and then we got Erica. Yes.
Hey.
Erica, go ahead. Tell the people what you want to tell them, honey.
Hey, I'm just happy to be here with you guys for another week. Y'all know I missed you the last 2 weeks because I had a whole bunch of life happening, but I'm back and it's good to be back in the tea room. And our special guest, Brian, we so happy to have him.
Yes.
Thank you.
You back. It's like you never left. Don't worry about it.
I got my tea too.
Oh, you got your
Hey.
Erica, where's yours? I always be slipping. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cheers.
There you go.
Cheers.
So don't forget about our Facebook group, y'all. Join the Tea Ladies Facebook group. We are on all social media. Just search us such as, and we did an announcement this Wednesday to let y'all know that we have a new channel.
Yes.
We have our own channel, honey. We are getting we moving on up, right? So
okay, moving on up.
We're really we want y'all to support us. Go to our Facebook group, subscribe to our channel, and we just really want to make sure that we thank all of you guys for just tuning in and supporting us. Okay,
absolutely.
All righty. Now that we have talked about our special guests, let's just move right into the topics.
Let's go into it.
Because there was some things that happened, and I know E Black about to show y'all the video. So let's watch this video before we get into this topic.
I really need to sincerely apologize, not only for diverting the topic, but for not returning, even worse, to the serious conversation that was at hand. I have deep admiration for Garcelle. She and I had a really good, productive conversation last Thursday, and I should have been more in tune with her feelings. So I just wanted to say that because I've been logging in and I get it.
During the reunion.
All right. So here's the thing. Andy Cohen got a lot of backlash for the way he treated Garcelle on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion show. And we all know that Andy Cohen is the franchise creator. He is the host of all of the reunions for Real Housewives of and just in general. So everyone wants to know, did Andy miss the mark when he dismissed Garcelle in that moment, and he really just kind of like moved on to another topic without really coming back to it and letting Garcelle express her feelings? What y'all think? What you think, Erica? What you want to talk about?
I do think he slightly missed the mark. I think his apology was appropriate. I don't think it was I don't think he over apologized or anything like that. I just think it was just kind of like a slight, sometimes people get nervous when serious topics kind of come up. And I think he kind of just got nervous and kind of wanted to deflect a little bit, but it might have come off a little rude to the public and how things were edited and things. So I do think his apology was appropriate, and it seems like Garcelle was receptive.
What you think, Brian?
So I don't watch the show, but I actually watched these clips, and I think what made it worse is they started joking about trash after the fact. So I think that's what kind of also made it look a lot worse than it actually was. Like he definitely he's done this before, so he should know that he needs to get both sides of people's opinions and stories, especially being like it's his franchise. He hosts all these reunions. You just expect better from him.
Yeah, what happened is they showed a clip of Garcelle's book being in the trash, and Garcelle was really upset about that, but she didn't know at the time that it really wasn't the cast member who posted the picture who threw her book in the book. I mean, her book in the trash. It was another cast member who threw her book in the trash, which it didn't matter. One of the castmates threw her book in the trash, and then another castmate posted it as a dig or trying to just kind of like,
and it started making its way around social media.
Your book is trash, right? And so I think in that moment, Lisa Rinna was like, well, people cared more about the recycle than they did about her book being in the trash, right? She said that. And then the topic went straight into why she don't recycle and what's going on. And so then Erica started explaining why she didn't recycle, because people really were pissed that she didn't recycle. And they like, I can't believe she threw all that stuff in the trash. Like, people cared more about that than Garcelle's book being in the trash, right? And then Andy, he didn't say, wait, but this is really about her book being in the trash.
Right. Because the Housewives have a history of being supportive of each other's brands.
Yeah.
So it was really a slight, because even if it's something you don't like, they still try to push each other's brands and be supportive of one another. And that was kind of like blatantly disrespectful.
There was a backstory to it. I know Garcelle had also talked about Lisa's daughter in the book. And so Lisa didn't like that. And she was like, I'm not going to support this book because of that. But I think that was a little extreme, but whatever. That's what she did.
Right. But they made up, though, you know.
They made up.
They made up because Garcelle took it out of the second edition of the book, and she also took it out of the the audible recording of the book.
Right. So Erica was messy for even posting it.
Yeah.
However, this is how I feel. This is how I feel about it. I felt like Andy, I respect him for apologizing. I think it was great that he did, but I don't really think he need to apologize to her. That's my opinion. I think that she should have stood up for herself in that moment, and she should have really told Erica why that was rude and that was disrespectful. And I think she should have gave Erica a little bit more slack, because Erica said a lot of disrespectful things to Garcelle, and she got away with saying those things because she just kind of
said, I'm sorry.
She did was she admitted to her fault so easily. Like, oh no, you know what? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that to you. And so it was hard for Garcelle to attack her, because she was being so humble and being like, well, you know what? I was wrong. So Garcelle was just kind of like, damn it. Like, I guess the fight, you know, and it was just no fight.
I think you're right about that.
So it was just kind of like, I would have still attacked her. That's just me. I would have been like, I don't care. You want to be nice and you want to be all this Switzerland now, but I'm gonna let you go. But you shouldn't have did that.
She did say, Garcelle did say that she did accept her apology, but she said it's like other apologies in the group. Like, everybody's so quick to apologize or whatever and just like move on without any type of discussion or really atonement for the transgressions.
Right. And I don't think the cast should be excused, but what I do think is, like, Andy, I think it was good for him to even admit that to be a host is hard. I think, because I think definitely it's hard to just 100%. Do that in general. But I do understand that as the host, people expect him to like ask the tough questions and get on people who do wrong things. So people had a problem with that. So I think that in that case, people felt like Andy missed the mark. I'm like, he ain't do nothing wrong to me. He was just kind of, I mean, he brought it up. It was up to her to keep it going. First, when you're on reality TV, you know you get your 5 minutes of fame. And when you get your 5 minutes, that's it. If you don't perform in that 5 minutes, your segment is gone. That's all it is. It's like, it's just it's nothing personal. It just is the business. And that was the reunion. They're not therapists. Okay, you're not on the therapy couch. It's the reunion. We want to hear the drama. We want to get straight to so Garcelle got to keep the drama, you know, but I guess she was so mad. She really was upset in real life. She couldn't really perform. I think she was just like so upset in the moment. So,
trying to be maybe the bigger person.
She was trying to be the bigger person, but you can't be you got to be you got to be petty.
She was
on reality TV,
especially on reunion.
Like, she on the Housewives, okay? I know you don't watch the Housewives, Brian, but it's very drama. It's not like,
yeah, I've seen it. It's
you know what I'm saying? It's not like, a show where you got
every
to be
receipt.
a good sport.
Every receipt is brought back up in a reunion. So, like you said, actually, that's a good point. Like she should have been like, no, I want to say something. And
yeah, no, Andy, you're not gonna move on. Because people have called Andy out before, like, no, you're not gonna move on. I need to, like, Andy, you wrong. But she just kind of was like, I think she was so angry in that moment, rightfully so.
Right.
That she just,
because she ends up saying, I just want to move on. I just don't even want to talk about it anymore. Because he did come back to her and ask her something again, and her body language was so upset that she's just like, I just want to move on.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it any more language. Let's just move on.
That's what she did. And I was like, no, you should have gave that all kind of language. They threw your book in the trash. She cursed her son out. She cursed her son out, threw your book in the trash, and propositioned your other son. I would have had to let her know about herself. Erica would have got dragged for sure. I am so sorry. I would have talked about her case and everything. I would have had to
one whole hour would have been everything. One of us just going in on her.
I'm like, sorry. It's just it. I'm
Diana,
sorry.
there are a lot
then
of
I would
people
apologize
right
like
accusing you
so
of
sorry.
being behind.
What was that? Oh,
what was the text, Diana?
I've asked her to take to pencil the name when we were getting
Black. Turn the video off. All righty. No,
little extra audio.
Hit or quit, y'all. So we're gonna get into our hit or quit.
Yes.
Because I'm excited about this one because it's some shows that I'm not familiar with that I'm like excited to hear about.
Me too.
But let's talk about After Happily Ever After. The stupid title. It's so stupid. After Happily Ever After. I hate that title.
Clearly you wasn't happy ever after.
Like, what are you talking about? Okay, so Bow Wow is the host. I know we talked about kind of whether we was going to go ahead and watch it and binge it. I have not watched it, but we already know the foolishness that's in there. Like
we know the foolishness.
Tyra, whatever. So Erica, you talk about it because I know you've seen, right?
The only kind of like recognizable couple are Peter, Tara, and Amina. Everybody else are kind of like, I don't know if they're like social media people or I don't recognize them. The only other person I recognize is and I forget his name. Ironically, my husband remember his name. The guy with the mug shot, the fine guy years ago from California. The model. That really wasn't a model, and everybody was like, "That was he was just a thug."
He was an inmate that took a really good picture, and
I
then
remember
became a model after he got out of prison.
Yes, he's polyamorous now.
Life.
Yes, he's polyamorous now. He changed his life around and all that.
He left his wife.
He left his wife, but they're still friends because they have kids together. And she's on there trying to find him his third person to be in a relationship because he subscribes to a polyamorous lifestyle.
Interesting.
So
he has two women.
So he disclosed it in episode 2 to the girl that she picked that he already has 2 women that are in his life.
Okay. I'm just
and that she would be the third. My brain is like, what? And
that's
that she would be the third. And
that's what Peter Gunn used to do.
Yes.
You would think that was Peter Gunn's story. Yeah. I'm like, is he finally admitting that they're polyamorous and they just asking for another woman?
Right.
Okay, so what you think? Okay, so hit it or quit it. What you just say?
I actually like the dynamic. I like the dynamic of seeing the ex couples and they're trying to, everybody is pretty much mostly amicable and cool with each other except for one couple because their relationship is so their divorce is so fresh. They only been divorced like 8 months, and she like went in on him at the little pajama party, girl, on the last episode and was like, he don't pay child support, he don't take care of his kids.
His ex-wife is on the show
and he's looking for somebody for her.
Okay.
But he really want to get back with her.
Oh my God.
So okay, so Brian, you heard what this is all about. What are you gonna hit or are you gonna quit? What you think?
I'm 100% hitting this.
Okay, tell me what.
I mean,
it is a trip. It's a trip.
If I can see more Peter Guns being a fool, I'm over.
You gonna see all of Peter Guns being an absolute fool. He is gonna still be shooting it like he normally do.
Does he still have those like those ridiculous like
the only reason why he ain't.
What did you say?
Does he still have ridiculous?
Yes, and the only reason why he not all over. The only reason why he not all over Amina is because she has a boyfriend now.
Oh.
And since the show aired, I didn't know. Right, I didn't know until the show aired, and then now, if you look on her social media, now she's posting things with the new boyfriend because she said she had a man on the show. So Amina has moved on, but there's still this undercurrent with Peter and Tara, and Amina confronts Peter and Tara about it, and so does the girl that she picks for Peter, because she can she's like, you ain't even spending no time with me, but you all over there with your baby mama. Like, are you really here to try to find somebody to be in a relationship? He's not. He's looking for tail. That's it.
He wants to be with Tyra. Yes. I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
I'm not hitting at all. I'm quitting right now before I even see it. I can't even process everything that's going on in that show. All the polygamy, ex-wives. I don't have time for that. Okay, it's too much drama. It's too much drama. Maybe I'll binge it after the season ends and be like,
yeah, okay. It might be binge. It might be a binge worthy.
I might binge it, but I don't know if I can watch it week to week and wait.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Because it is the type of show. You know how some shows you can't even go get a snack, or you like totally miss something. You can get a snack during this one. You know what I'm saying?
Eat a snack. Go watch the kids. All kind of stuff. Okay.
So it's totally a binge worthy show. Okay. If you wait to binge it.
So Brian and Erica, they gonna hit it, y'all. So they
watch. I'm still watching.
Maybe it's worth watching. Okay, y'all. So tune in to Happily. Wait. After Happily Ever After.
You gotta say it slow.
Oh, Lord, you gotta say it slow. It's like what?
Right. Anyway. They need an acronym like the Love and Hip Hop series. Like they need to acronym that.
I don't even know what we're gonna say. AHE. No, they just it's a title. That's another reason why I'm not watching.
She said that's another reason why I'm not watching.
I just can't watch
it. The title is whack.
If y'all change the title,
terrible title.
All right, so let's talk about Love Boat. And Brian, I want you to give us a little background on it because I have never seen it. I know you watch it, so tell us what it's about and whether we should hear it.
I'm so interested to find out.
Okay, it's like sandwiched between two great CBS shows, which are Survivor and Amazing Race. But I heard that's going to change because the ratings of the show are terrible. So I think it's going to switch places with Amazing Race, which is better for me. So it's a show where these people come onto a boat and they're trying to find love. Have you guys watched Bachelor in Paradise?
I watched it before.
So it's kind of similar to that, where each week people can go home, new people come in, but these are people that aren't here for clout, like Bachelor in Paradise. Like everyone's just kind of in that Bachelor Nation, like blah, and like care about being on TV. I feel like a lot of people on this show are actually looking for somebody. So that's one of the reasons that I keep sticking with it, because there's like a crew members that are like, they say they're like the captain of the boat. I don't know if I believe it, but they like pick people to go on dates and like observe them, like Big Brother, like not like the show Big Brother, but like the premise of what Big Brother is, like someone's always watching. And I think that they have done a good job 4 episodes in of trying to match people, and it just is intriguing. They have these like kind of iffy challenges every week where they're trying to make people connect, and it's where I would give it a chance. If you like shows about people finding love, I would give it a shot.
It's a cool show. Okay, because it sounds cool. So they're on a cruise,
right?
Yeah,
and then they get to like have dates and stuff like that while they're on the
cruise. So they stop at a port and we'll go out. Do stuff on the boat. The other thing that we're going to try to get one of these people that were on the show on our show, because I have a lot of questions. They show a lot of people who are just on the cruise being a normal person, like watching them do these things. So you know have you guys been on a cruise?
I have.
Okay, you know how like when they do that belly flop thing at the pool and like everyone's around. Every challenge is like that. Like people are just standing there watching, like just common people. So
it's other people on the cruise that's not trying to find them.
It's just other. They must have like a whole floor to themselves, or when they go out to the deck, people at the pool.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's almost like they on a real cruise with other people. Okay.
So everybody knows I'm a love story person. So
Check it out.
I gotta watch this because it's I like love story. I like true love stories where people are trying to find love.
Mhm.
All the shows I watch are kind of like lovey goofy, whatever.
Yeah,
So but I feel like that's something I need to watch.
Right.
Yeah,
And how many episodes have aired?
So there's been 4, and I
Okay,
think
so
there's already 2. There's at least one couple who I think is going to make it. So they're making.
What's the goal?
Okay.
Married?
I don't think it's married. I don't.
Oh,
Honestly,
okay. They're not getting married.
I hope it's not marriage because I think that puts like too much pressure on people.
Okay.
Yes.
Like
yes.
you can't get engaged in 30 days. That's a ridiculous premise. Like if you can leave together, I think that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Well, we know some shows where people get engaged quick. We're gonna talk about that later. Okay.
Okay.
So, what you think?
No, I think
Erica,
I think I'm gonna hit it.
What you
Based on my man Brian's recommendation and the fact that he said that they seem like real people looking for love. And so I like the idea that it's not like kind of staged or people just looking, to network, or for clout, like you said. So based on that, I think I'm gonna watch. Yeah. I think it might be a hit it.
Then we're gonna watch it, and then since it's 4 episodes, I can really give a good,
right.
Don't kill me if you don't like it though.
Okay.
No.
I'm coming for you, Brian.
I'm coming in the comments.
Coming to my mentions. This guy's an idiot.
Yes. I'm talking to him.
Why would he say that this is something good to watch?
So Love Boat is a hit it, y'all. So we're gonna move on to Survivor.
Love Boat is a hit it.
Erica love her some Survivor.
Oh my goodness. So I watch Survivor every season. Even my granddaughters, they babies, and they be watching it with me, like the challenges. I love Survivor. This last episode was really good. It made me tear up because there was, so on Survivor, you always get these moments where sheer will, determination, and grit kind of help people push through. And you get to see how that in real life, you kind of really actually have to be well-rounded to really make it. Your social game has to be intact. You have to have some type of physicality. You have to be able to strategize. And so I personally really adore the show because it lets me see how to apply certain things even for myself in real life. And this last episode, I thought they had a great Survivor history moment where it looked like a team should have lost. And they kind of came back from behind and with just sheer will and determination. I mean, they were crying when they won, what's that? Do you remember the one girl's name who, she is in it. I kind of like her too. Her friend got kicked off on this last one. I think
her name's Janine.
Janine. I think so. She was so overwhelmed with emotion that she didn't even hug anybody. She was like just crying because she was one of the people who did help with the puzzle at the end, and it just came together so fast for them. And I felt like they were the people who did the puzzle were inspired by getting Carla up the wall.
So because it was this really great moment in Survivor this week that y'all really was like, okay, but it's been around so long.
But it's been around. This is
season 43.
Season 43.
Right, it's definitely a hit, right? I mean,
yes, it's a hit already. Yeah. But it's I don't sleep on Survivor. Like I watch it every season. I'll watch it until I'm 90 if God let me live that long. Like it's always a hit it for me.
What you think about it? So tell me what you think, Brian, about Survivor. What's your take on it?
I actually really love Survivor.
There he goes.
This is the clip right here. It's a Gabler just pushing her in the butt.
Dang. Okay. That clip is
the one thing I will say about Survivor lately that I'm not a huge fan of is I don't like that they switched it from 40 days. That's my only
I don't like that either.
Right. I just feel like yesterday, like she was saying, like Eric was saying, it was a big moment because I think the overwhelming is they made it to the merge, which is a big part of the show. And that was day 12 in this season, but normally it's day 20. So like that's like almost double or not. It's like a time and a half.
Almost, yeah.
And by then you're like, I feel like being mentally and like physically worn down is not in these seasons anymore since COVID.
No.
I also think the older seasons, like I liked when
I
they
agree.
had even like when they split it up like women and men, or like by working class. I think it made it more like you had to like go through these obstacles like in real society, because like they don't have any villains anymore. Like I feel like everyone is there for a good story, and I'm still gonna watch the show. I just like seeing like adversity, and like I actually like seeing bad people. I think bad people make a couple villains make the show better. I always been pro villain.
They've been having, so they've kind of changed the direction.
Yeah, and now they're always in one place. Like I like when they go around the world, like in China or Africa or like South America. Now they're just stuck in Fiji, and I think it's kind of killing they just do the same thing. Like, like, oh, it's going to be a very similar challenge. But this episode was great. Like Eric was saying, they actually had camp life. They have been like cutting a lot of things that what made Survivor great. Yeah. And that was why this episode was good. The challenge was really good. And then an amazing, like people blindsiding each other, lying to each other. And we haven't seen that, I think, in a while. And that's what Survivor really is.
Right. Well, what's her name on this episode? Her blind sign was good. I was like, get Big Eyes, get her, get Ellie. Get Ellie. I was like, get her, because she was
trying too hard.
She was trying too hard too soon. Yep. She was showing up. She was playing too hard too soon. Yep.
Yeah, it's the challenge. That's what everybody loves. So I guess if you are a challenge person, you like to see people push to the limits. The Survivor is probably a really good show for you. And I think that they say hit it. I'm gonna think about it, because see, I don't do the Survivors and stuff like that. But I'm gonna figure it out, because I feel like, Erica talks about it enough that it makes me intrigued every time. And then I'm like, I don't know.
For me, I think I like it too, because I was like military. And if you're a physical person and you've ever been in situations where you pushed yourself physically, you kind of imagine yourself there. Yeah. When you're watching, you're like, what would I do? How would I go through that obstacle? Oh, they should have lifted it up. Oh, they should have went under it and not over it. Like, you always looking to see what you would do in that situation.
That's what I do when I watch shows like that. I'm like, what would I have done? Probably gave up. I know I would have gave up. Stuff like that. So Amazing Race, y'all. That's the next one. Like in our Hit It or Quit It. What y'all think about that, Brian? Let's start with you. I know you watch it. What is your take on it?
I'm always going to say Amazing Race is a hit. I just started watching it last season, and I think it's one of the best shows that we cover on our page. The show's great. I like, you get a lot of culture around the world. It's nice to see like what other nations and people do, and I like that during the show they incorporate it as much as they possibly can. When people have their like roadblocks, detours, like just going through the city, like the language barrier, it's nice. And I also, the other thing that is not about the show, the community of Amazing Race is great. Like everyone loves talking about it. The contestants on the show are like interact with you. Like when you really watch that show, if you want to get involved, you can get involved. Everybody. It's really great.
Okay. Yeah. Amazing. So this is the second season, or
no? This is
Oh, right. It's been around.
Right. Second season. This is the third season I've watched.
This is the third season. Okay. That he's watched, but it's been around for some time. Okay.
It's been around for some time. I've been watching Amazing Race for a long time.
Okay.
And I love it because anybody, as long as you're 18, I presume, can play it. You can go on there with your grandfather. You can go on there with your son or your daughter. You can go on there as a married couple, been married 25 years, or a married couple married 5 days. You can go on there if you've been dating, if you're best friends from elementary school. It's that type of show where as long as you want to form that team, you pick who your team is. And like Brian said, one of the things that I do really love is the cultural aspect of it. It's like you're going around the world with these teams and seeing things that you normally wouldn't see. They're not in touristy areas, right? They're going into the meat and the heart of cities all around the world. This last episode, they were in Jordan and they had to do like the Hebrew alphabet. And I was sitting there watching, and I told my husband, I was like, I think I might teach my granddaughters the Hebrew alphabet. Like, because it was a trip, because they were talking about how it was, I think they said it was the one of the three most common languages spoken in the world.
Yeah, Arabic.
was Arabic was.
Yep.
And so I was like, maybe I'm sleeping on this. I might have to teach some Hebrew alphabet, and so it makes me think in that type of way, like, what can I implement from the show even in my own life? Like, it helps you to grow and think of things outside of your own immediate bubble. So I definitely
a lot of
appreciate
diversity
that selfishly.
Yeah,
a lot of diversity.
It's a lot of diversity, but it is a team building. Like, it's a team kind of thing where you challenge them, but you don't have to necessarily be physically fit to win. You can win, right? Or so that's it's kind of a good. Okay, so it's another.
You should be able to run. You need to be able to run.
It's a
on all those shows. You got to be able to run a little bit, just in case it comes down to the foot race.
Okay.
And read a real map. Look, and read a real map.
Yep.
Yeah,
you need to know some latitude and longitude.
That's what I would feel.
Read a map, stick shift, read directions. That's
I'm a true millennial. I read virtual maps. I have not read a real map in my life. I really feel like that show would make me feel bad about myself. So I don't know how to read maps. I'm not,
It was hilarious. Me and my husband one time were watching, and the wife in the back couldn't read the map, and we just had like the biggest laugh for like 30 minutes about how people, if you gave somebody a map and said it was a treasure right here, that nobody would never be able to find it these days.
Okay.
If you just gave them a real map.
I'd be like, Waze? Can we use Waze? No? Okay.
No, right. None of that.
Erica, can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah.
So who would you go on with if you were on the show?
My dad.
Okay.
If I was on the show, it'd be me and my dad. My dad still hikes. He's a great grandfather. He hiked the John Muir Trail for 30 days with my son when he was 17. And so I would definitely take my dad.
Okay, Brian, so who you gonna go with since you asked?
Who you going? Right.
I see, like most people would say their wife. I don't think I can go with my wife. I think we get in arguments about
I couldn't go. I couldn't go. My husband.
Like I love her, but I just don't think it would work. I'd probably go with one of my friends because I can't drive stick, so I'd probably pick somebody I know can drive stick shift. That's very important.
That's good. You're right, Brian. I'm with you. I wouldn't go with my husband either.
Yeah,
because
you said you would go with your who? Wait, I didn't hear.
Probably one of my friends.
Oh, one of your friends. You'll pick one of your friends.
Maybe I go with Bill.
Yeah. Like I would.
Guys.
So here's the funny thing. I would pick my husband, but he definitely wouldn't pick me. He'd be like, he pick his friends. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be like, ooh, let me pick my husband. He'd be like, hell, I'm not picking her. She's the worst competitor. So that'd be funny. So yeah, all righty. Okay. Now we'll just get into our shows that we watch and just kind of recapping what we think, any highlights or anything that we got going on. And we're going to talk about Ready to Love, girl, because our girl Kayla, she's still on there, hanging in there. The reunion came on today, right? The second part.
Yes.
It came on today.
It's coming on today.
It is. It was actually on when I was coming down. I was like, oh no.
Yes. It always starts to come on right when the show starts.
Yeah, and I know it's going to be juicy this time, but
right.
What did you think about last week's reunion?
I thought it was great. I thought the reunion, to me, if somebody was asking me if it was a binge-worthy show, I would say Ready to Love is binge-worthy.
Okay.
Like it's something you can watch on a Saturday afternoon. Because to me, this season, the reunion is better than all the episodes. Like they cutting up on the reunion, honey.
Yeah, I think
they are not holding back.
Interested in the show, which the show was kind of boring, to be honest. It was boring to me, but
it was boring to me too.
The reunion is kind of like,
except for the one guy, Zoe, I think is his name. He didn't left the reunion. He didn't.
Yeah, he left.
Yeah, he didn't left.
First, he can't. He's too emotional. He can't handle simple conversations. I don't understand.
But he was my only excitement though.
Yeah, well, part 2 is on today, y'all. So watch it. Ready to Love. I mean, it's Miami.
It's
did anybody find
Miami.
love? At this point, I don't know for
I don't-
sure. I think it says ready to
It was
love.
only two. It was only two couples this time that ended up together. Our girl Kayla made it to all the way to the end, but she was one of. It was 5 people, and she was the third girl. So 2 couples made it, and unfortunately, nobody picked Kayla on that last episode. But she's probably better for it.
What's gonna happen?
We don't know what's gonna happen after in real life, though.
Yeah, some people hooked up later, and so I don't know if Kayla got a little surprise. She's been back there,
right?
So we're gonna see what's happening now.
Right.
Today, but Love and Marriage Huntsville. Oh my goodness. So I know that it's just been some stuff going on with that show. The comeback group met and talked about just kicking Wanda off the show.
Right. Basically, that's what it was like. Do we kick Tisha mama off the show?
Yeah, Wanda is a meddling mommy. She really cannot just let Tisha be independent. She has to intervene in all of Tisha's stuff and her drama. And so it became a whole thing. So the pretty much the cast is like, your mama out of control. We don't want her on the show no more.
Right.
And Tisha was supporting her mama the whole time. So I don't know. The whole
entire time, while her husband is like, are you serious?
Yeah. But
like, it's like, if you can't control your mother and you're her daughter, then the rest of us have no hope.
Yeah, I mean, she tried to fight a cast member, right? She's in her
50s,
like 60s. I don't know. That's crazy to me that someone, I don't even know. I've never seen a 60-year-old woman try to fight somebody. Like I don't ever want to see that in my life. Okay, and she's like running after this girl. Trying to fight her. And so now they're trying to. So I mean, why is it even a discussion? Like, yes, Wanda, you gotta go.
It's like you taking up the show is not the premise of the show. It's deflecting from that to me. It's taking away from the premise of the show. It's supposed to be about these 3 couples and their extensions. And Wanda comes in and kind of hijacks it every time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Tisha, aren't you tired of your mom hijacking like your life?
But see, the way I know reality TV to work, I feel like Tisha sends her mom after them because it's like, I can't say the stuff that I want. I can get my mama to say it though. It's like.
But I need Tisha to know she really can say what she want to say. Like, I'm gonna need her to get some guts, okay? Tisha, come on.
Now you're gonna send your mama after people. Now your mama trying to fight the entire cast. Like, that's crazy to me. But listen, Love and Marriage Huntsville for us, of course, we're gonna watch it every week. I watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna still watch it.
So I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna figure this thing out. I've been watching it since the beginning. It's on home. And it's just one of those shows that you gotta watch it. And see what it's about. It's literally supposed to be about married couples that are doing business, but it's turned into
something else.
Whatever. I still
like they always do, right?
And then, okay, so let's talk about Love is Blind, y'all. Okay, Love is Blind is on Netflix.
LIB.
They are in these pods and they fall in love before they even see these individuals. This show is insane. It is crazy. But the entire season is already there. Brian, tell me, give us your thoughts on this show, because I know you kind of watch it with me. So you farther along than me because you can kind of watch it at your own pace. So
yeah.
Tell me about this.
So I think it's 7 episodes of 10 have been released. This is one of the shows that's amazing to watch, and then you're just watching and be like, why would anyone sign up for this? You're like, the waivers must be insane that you're gonna I could never do that. You need to talk to the waivers. These people are like, they say they love each other as soon as they get outside. Like, of course, the somebody else they were into is on like the honeymoon phase of the show, and they talk to everyone. And I mean, this girl Raven right here, she's like doing like stretches and jumping jacks when this guy SK is like pouring his heart out. Or that's Bartiz. Like, it's so funny. It's such a good show.
Yeah, she was so rude. I was like,
I don't watch it, but I heard about that.
You need to watch it.
You know what I thought about?
I'm gonna watch it.
In that moment, you know what I thought about Raven? I was like, what? Bartiz told her that he cannot financially give her the things that she's used to.
Oh, she
and
was
she
over it.
started like exercising, and she
Yeah,
was
she
like,
gone.
She's over it.
I think she was turned off. I
Yeah.
actually think that she saw potential in SK, who she actually ended up, or they ended up kind of choosing each other. But with him, as soon as he said, I can't buy you no Rolexes, and he was like, look, I mean, I make a good living, but I can't do all that. She
was like, check, please.
Yeah, jumping back.
But she say that's not why, but I feel like you have, because he was being deep in that moment. He was talking about his family history. I was listening and she was just like exercising and clap. He was like, I thought I hear you exercising.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh yeah, you can hear
That's
that?
crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
You don't feel the floor vibrating as I jump?
Yeah, but the men are okay, so the men are disappointing me, Brian. I just feel like they're changing. You know, in the pods, they seem like they were just so into it and in love and all. And then now it's like, she's not cute enough. She's not this. I don't like that. Like, what's up with this? I don't understand. Like, what is going on? I don't get it.
It's definitely a bad. Like, I just feel like guys on this show are just saying what they can say to get a match, because I think people like they focus on 5 people, but there are other people they get engaged that we just don't see. So I think they pick the most interesting. So they're like, oh, I love this. Oh, I can't believe I had never talked to somebody like you before. And then they go out in the pods and they, like I said, like they see somebody they were also interested in. And then the drama just spills into, man, like Bartiz. I know this is a part you saw where he was like, oh, I saw Raven. She's like really hot. But,
yeah,
Nancy, you're good looking, but you're not as good looking as Raven. It's like, why
he
would you
said
say
that?
He
Oh,
says,
he's a Mitch. He's a Mitch.
He says worse stuff than that.
They're bold.
You get to it.
They're bold in this time. I mean, like they literally will say stuff. I'm like,
oh my goodness.
I mean, Netflix knows what they're doing. They bring them all together, get them drunk, bring up a topic, and it's a recipe. And
so that's the formula.
You know, this is the last 2 seasons was the first time that they kind of let them meet everybody. Remember?
Yeah.
At first, it was just kind of like you met your person who you were with, and that was it. Now it's like you get to meet all the cast, you get to meet everybody that you didn't see, so you get to see how they look, and then kind of see like, dang, I didn't pick her, I should have picked her. So it's interesting what they're doing the last couple of seasons. I mean, the last 2 seasons at least. They're trying to kind of confuse people because initially you like whatever. So
I am watching this.
You need to watch it.
Y'all better go watch
this.
It's
very good. Nick Lachey and his wife, they got hits. Because have you seen all?
Are they the hosts?
I mean, they're technically the hosts.
Or like they probably executive produce it.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is, have you watched Ultimatum on Netflix?
No.
That's also Nick Lachey, and that one is
okay.
Want to getting or about to.
The only other show I watched like that was like the Circle, when it was.
Yeah, the Circle. It's a good show, but not on the level of Love Is Blind.
Oh,
Ultimatum. Is, these people want to get engaged, but they kind of do this. They swap partners. And they like at the end, they come back together. Like, do they want to stay with the new partner?
Oh, yes, I heard about that.
It's very good.
I'm gonna watch that too.
We call it me and Bill and I call it the Lachey verse. All the shows that they have.
Wait, isn't that one? Good. Isn't Nick and his wife? They host that one too, right? The Ultimatum. It was really good. It was really good. Sorry, I can't be on camera right now, y'all, but that's okay. We're gonna still move on. But the Ultimatum was a good show, and you can binge that now. Like that was really good, and I actually watched it in one day because I was so excited. Once I started watching it, I was like, "Oh, I can't stop!"
Y'all got me binging for the weekend.
Oh, yes, God, the Ultimatum was good. All right,
I'm gonna need no interruptions and a lot of snacks.
Let us talk about the Surreal Life, y'all. Now, y'all know it came on.
It's back.
It came on the 24th, and I was like, "What in the hell is going on here?" All right, so before I say whatever, like Dennis Rodman is on the show, y'all. Like, what do y'all think about Dennis Rodman? He is. What do y'all think? I mean, I thought he was crazy already, but just seeing him on reality TV, it just solidifies it for me. So what y'all think about Dennis though?
I love Dennis. Dennis is like the Flavor Flav of professional basketball. Like he is like, I love Dennis. Like he's so, I mean, I don't know. It's like 1 minute he can just be insanely crazy and off the wall, and then the next minute he can say something like super profound. Like he's such an interesting guy. And he just adds so much spice to the where I remember when on the first episode when not the wrestler, the girl that's the ex-wrestler.
Yeah. I remember
when she came in and she went to introduce herself, and he said, "What do you do?" She said, "What do you do?" And he was like, "White girls."
Yeah, right.
Cracked up, like, because he was like clearly like into that outfit she had on.
And then Tamar was like, "Oh,
girl."
Tamar was like, "Oh,
yeah,
yes."
I was like,
yes.
"Did you just say?"
He just said
I
that.
was like, "See, I don't have time for him."
He just said that. I was like, Dennis is still Dennis, just older.
Oh yeah.
But I did in the second episode, he talks about they start to kind of talk about his kids, and he says that he's not a good dad.
Yeah, that. So I was gonna ask you what y'all thought about that, because what y'all think about that?
Deflecting.
Yeah. Yes.
I think somebody said it best. Like he's like they pried a little bit, and then he was like they got in too deep that he couldn't get out. Like he just was like, what? Right? What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
They called him
exactly
out. They were like,
happened.
"No, no." They tried to call him out on it, and he was just not trying to get deep at all. He was just like, "Look, I'm done. I'm over it. I don't want y'all advice."
Yes,
but he shared something that was really
that was deep because I actually didn't remember that he had kids. And then I went and looked some stuff up, and I saw that he had been married to his last wife for quite a few years, and that they had 2 children. And so I was like, oh wow, like Dennis got some kids. And when
he was basically like, I'm a bad father, right?
Yes, he was.
I mean, it was sad to say. And then Tamar was just basically like, it's never too late. You can always, change it up. And he was just like, no, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good. Like I'm just gonna keep it as I'm a bad father and just let it be.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
So how do y'all feel about August Alsina like coming into the house? I'm just gonna tell y'all, how do y'all feel?
Tell me how you feel about
I cannot stand him,
the half of the entanglement.
I cannot stand him. And then I really was like, now I don't even feel sorry for you in that Jada situation. Like I really feel like that's what you deserve,
girl.
Because he gonna kick that woman out of his room. Girl. Throw her bed and put her in the pool and act like a diva.
I was like, who are you right now? So I was like, you're so extra. Now I know why you was with Jada. Because y'all both crazy. What are you doing? Like really? You're nobody to throw her stuff. Okay,
and we being too harsh, Brian. Do you like August? What you think?
I actually enjoy his music, so I was I was happy to see him on the show because he's like, I think he's pretty good for reality TV. I do too. I've never seen him interact with other people like that, and just his confessionals, I think are funny. And what he did was wrong. I agree, but for the show,
it's hilarious.
It was good.
He got he doing his yoga, and he got his aura clearance spray. Yeah. He's smelling his head. Saging, doing I'm just like. He is a lot, but it's great TV.
He's insane.
Oh, 100%.
It's great TV though, and it's good to see him. Like you said, I never seen him just interacting in a normal way with anybody. You just see him in media or from his music or from the news and stuff. But seeing him in this way, it's like, oh, I will say, he fine as hell. Listen, I ain't gonna lie about that. I'm sorry, Brian. I just,
it's Tamar enamored. She keeps saying.
I was like, "What's on your skin that you have hair right here, but your cheeks is like porcelain? Is that makeup?
Why
she shaves every hour? I don't know how you can.
Tamar's so impressed with him every time she's like, he gonna get somebody's draws, and I'm like,
Is it yours?
Calm down. Like she
Right.
is too impressed. Everything he's doing. I would be looking at him like
She is.
yes, that's my impression. But then we saw Malcolm in the Middle come in. I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So he's in the house. I don't even know his real name. I just
Frankie
Muniz. Is what?
Frankie Muniz.
Okay, yeah, okay. I
He
like
looks exactly the same.
Every time I
He
see
looks,
him,
he does.
Just with
He
like a
looks
5
exactly
o'clock
the same.
shadow.
Yes.
I mean, is he gonna survive? He's just so nice. I don't know, y'all. You know, it seems like they just all crazy.
No, but him and Kim get along real good.
Yeah.
Him and Kim Coles hang out a lot. You know, and I was happy to see her too on the show.
Yeah, me too.
It was crazy because as soon as she said that when they was doing the 2 truths and a lie, and she said she spent all that living single money and only had $27 in her bank account, I was like, for some reason, I feel like that's the truth, Kim.
Wow.
And it was,
yeah. That game was real deep. They was getting deep. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Now, what y'all think about Trump's mistress Stormy getting
with that damn doll? With the doll.
Stormy.
That's why she got her bed threw off the loft. Because August didn't want to sleep by that doll.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want that energy. I don't want that energy.
Yeah. He's like, you got bad juju.
So what y'all think about Stormy?
I like Stormy.
You like Stormy?
I do. I think she's, being really cool with all the other guests, and she's like straight up honest about her situation, and I feel like she just kind of got a bad rap.
Well, she is a porn star as well, right?
I mean, hey,
what is it?
She's a professional.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, she was a
there's
professional.
other reasons why she got a little rap though. It ain't just...
Yeah. I mean, if she was a good porn star, a good professional porn star, yay, that's not a bad rap.
She said that was the worst 90 seconds of her life.
Very funny though.
Interesting. It was very funny. Hilarious.
I can't trust people that are into ghosts or ghost hunters. That's like
she said she was a paranormal investigator.
Good for TV though. Another great character for the show.
She's doing a lot just to get that bag because she's been homeless.
She said she was sleeping in her car a couple months ago.
I think she's willing to do whatever, but that doll was creepy.
That doll was creepy.
I kicked out my room too.
So are you siding with August now? I
still think he's a diva. I still think he's a diva. He lost his damn mind. That's okay. I feel like
I just think she didn't think she had to be by the pool. She can't be somewhere else.
I was like, they couldn't find nowhere else.
In an open common area. We can't put our mattress somewhere in a closet or something. Like, dang, that's messed up.
And she was so nice because I would have been like, well, you can put my bed right back up there because that's where I'm gonna sleep.
You
I really like the guy that does the makeup. I really like him. He has like
I do too.
When he does like the flutter eyes, they make like production like puts in like the sound effects. And I think it's fun.
I do too. I like him.
He has like 10 million subscribers. That's
he does. That's insane.
I looked at him up. I was like, who has 10 million subscribers?
Right.
Right. Goals.
That's
real goals. Like 10 million. Okay.
Yeah. And he does make up like really good.
His face be beat.
I think everybody likes him. Everybody seems to get along
to the gods
every time. From the eyelashes to the eyebrow, he don't play. Okay, it looks great.
It does.
All right, well, y'all watch The Real Life, okay? Because it came on the 24th. You got 2 episodes to watch, and I think another one premieres. So go ahead and get that.
Get into it
now. Married at First Sight. Decision day just happened, y'all. So
Tawana,
remember Brian kind of said, no, I hope they don't get married in 30 days. Well, they get married the day they meet the person.
Yeah.
Okay. That same day.
So, okay, go ahead, Erica. Like, kind of.
Okay, Married at First Sight. It was decision day. I feel like that. I feel like the picks I had that's who stayed together. But it has been a crazy, crazy whirlwind. When I said earlier that that somebody was acting like Mitch, Mitch was a nut with his environmentalist self. Okay, he got me thinking about why I'm drinking out of a plastic bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mitch was a lot. And Mitch, because when you guys were talking about Love is Blind, Mitch was that person who straight off the bat, Brian, came in on the honeymoon with his wife and said straight up he wasn't attracted to her sexually.
Oh, wow.
And they never could really and he was just being a dick. But they never could fully rebound because he actually ended up really liking her. And she really stayed patient with him and didn't, she took it to heart and it really hurt her feelings, but she allowed him to grow from that. And I really think that he got a lot out of the process. I think that he's a changed person and all that, but they didn't stay together. And then he turned right back into Mitch at the end, right? Because then when they're leaving at the end, they show them packing up their apartment and getting ready to go their separate ways. And Kristen, who was his wife that he married, had said, oh, well, even though we didn't say yes today on decision day, I'm kind of, leaving the door open that because we're great friends and we have a great connection, but I just don't think it's enough to sustain a marriage right now. I think Mitch still needs to go work on himself. And he was like, no, sis, the door ain't open. And I was like, Mitch, like, you didn't have to say it. Like, you could have just left it like that. You didn't have, like, you keep kicking her in her face. Like, you have to stop doing this. So
I need to watch this show.
Yes, that Mitch was, oh my God. Mitch had me screaming at the TV.
Well, this is what had me screaming. The preview for the reunion, okay? Where hold on, Nate, where Nate is suggested to have flirted with another male.
With Justin. Nate and Justin. I was like, really? Like, Nate made a pass at you, Justin? Twice before the show? He's married happily. Nate decided to stay with his wife, and his wife decided to stay with him. And now you're gonna be on the reunion talking about you made a pass at me. That's real weird. That's super. That's never happened. That I'm married to a guy that some other guy on the show I'm on just said that he made a pass at him twice. Oh, we're gonna have to talk about this when we get home. Okay. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. But and then Justin and his wife said initially that they were going to stay together in front of the experts. He said yes to staying married. She said yes. They walked off and went to a table to have drinks and get into an argument 20 minutes after they just said yes. And then she says, you know what? I'm out. I'm done.
Okay. And
she walks away from the marriage. So now they're not together either after she had just said yes 20 minutes before.
And they go to the reunion and this is the first time they see each other, or they have
since decision day. Yeah, okay. Since decision day. They're seeing each other again. And then the two couples that did choose each other, Nate and his wife chose each other, and also Miguel and Lindy chose each other. And those were the two couples that I thought would choose each other. I think that when I think the couples on Married at First Sight that make it the most are the ones that are the most honest about their feelings, and they kind of just really dive in completely, and they're completely open with their partners, and they talk about the hard stuff right off the bat. It seems like people don't make it when they try to live in a honeymoon phase for that time, because then what happens is right before decision day is like when the boundaries start getting pushed even harder, and then they have an argument or something right before, or they say yes on decision day and then real life hits them in the face.
Okay.
And they're like, and they start having real conversations in real life, and they want to walk away.
Okay. So they're like suppressing their feelings and emotions, and that like bottles up and explodes. And that's kind of how these couples fail.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like, I feel like they get in their heads a little bit.
It makes sense if you're marrying someone on the first look. So
Erica, talk about Married to Medicine next.
Huh? Married to Medicine. So our honorable mentions are Married to Medicine. All right. Now there's a lot of rumors and innuendo going on Married to Medicine. This reunion, they bringing lie detector tests, Brian, to the reunion. Remember you said they always bring the receipts?
They should. That's how it makes it
now
really
they
good.
showing up with the lie detector test already on tap. I took a lie detector test. These are the questions they asked, and boom. Like,
can you explain this show to me? Is this like Real Housewives with people who are doctors?
Yes, it is kind of like that.
Okay.
And some of both, in some relationships, both the husband and wife are doctors. Okay. And in some relationships, just one of the spouses is a doctor.
Okay. Where's it based?
In Atlanta.
Okay.
Yes, it's an Atlanta-based show. So right now it's the end of this current season, and they're at the reunion phase. And so they had a lot of rumors this season. One of the couples had 2 break-ins to their house, and they thought maybe another wife was responsible or whatever. I mean, they was talking about, people was saying that there was rumors that somebody had put a hit out on them, and I'm like, people do know what a hit is, right? Like, like a hit ain't like breaking in. A hit is like
I didn't think doctors got down like that.
Right. And that's what one of the other ladies was saying. She was like, come on now. Like, when you saying it's a hit out on somebody, like, let's not go there. We all professional, educated people. Nobody with too much to lose. Nobody is putting a hit out on anybody. Right. But there's like rumors about that. The women are spreading rumors about each other cheating with people in the neighborhood and stuff like that. And so a lot of the core ladies that have been on the show are like not in a good place. And so they trying to get back to a good place, because the show has really been one of the shows that, you know how a lot of times you watch a show and original cast members kind of fall off one by one and they bring other people on. Mm-hmm. This is one show where like the core 4 or 5 women have stayed consistent the entire time. And so they know each other really well, even in real life. Some of the couples have almost broken up, and they've helped each other stay together in their marriages and stuff, because other people got involved and said, no, you guys got to work this out. This is not something that you should get divorced about. So they actually are usually very supportive of each other and their endeavors. But this season, like, everybody was kind of fractured a little and all over the place. So
the wheels are falling off.
So the wheels is falling off. And we don't know what's going to happen next season. But right now, we just trying to get through this reunion, honey. And it is a real pit that, like, they came with the lie detector test. I was like, oh, my goodness.
It's going down.
It's going down.
Girl, them dang on lie detector tests are so phony.
Right. And I did have a question. I wanted to know what you guys thought about, like, if you talk about, because Contessa has so many feelings about Heavenly talking about her marriage. Right after she talked about her marriage. I mean, if you talk about your marriage, do you think it's okay for, others to have opinions or to talk about it too once you put stuff out there? Or should everybody just only let you talk, and then when you quiet, they got to be quiet too?
Ooh, that's hard, because I do think that she divulged things that they talked about in private on the show. It gets sketchy when you become friends with the cast.
But that's like an oxymoron. It's like in private on the show, so it's not private.
Well, no, she talked about what they talked about in private, and she brought it to the show.
Oh, okay.
And so it's sketchy when you become friends with a castmate, because then they have a contract to expose stuff and share, and then kind of,
But don't you think in Contessa's situation, she bashed Scott openly herself? Like, for me, I mean, me and Fred been married 26 years, and I would never openly.
Wow.
Girl, that's a whole nother conversation. I'm just playing. That's why I don't divulge certain things in certain group settings, because to me, I'm opening myself up to that scrutiny. And the reality is that when you share things with people, when it's over for you, it's not over for them. right? So once you and your husband have pillow talk and makeup and y'all trying to get things back together, a lot of times other people's emotions in defending you are still high. So to me, it's like you got to think long and hard before you like share certain things publicly, or like talk bad or talk down on your spouse or or even if you in just a relationship about that person to somebody. Because when you can get past it, everybody else ain't sleeping with that person and having a life with that person, so they're not going to get it past it as easily. And I feel like that's what happened. I just feel like Heavenly was really defending her friend and she thought she was having her back, but behind the scenes Contessa and her husband was kind of like working things out. And then now you mad because Heavenly is repeating things that you said.
I think it's
so that's another source of contention. What you think?
I'm
what you think, Brian?
Like, do you think that if if you share stuff about your marriage, that it's like open forum for everybody to kind of
if you are letting people know about what's going on behind closed doors, you're inviting other people's opinions. So at that point, I think, like, I agree with you. Like, just what you say out loud, other people are going to digest it differently than you and react differently. So that's the, like, you want advice, but then these people, like, you could, like you said, make up with someone, but they're going to remember, like, hey, that person cheated on you. Why are you like, all of a sudden you like them? Like, it also depends on the situation, but you just got to like think about what you're going to share, because not everyone's the same and how they're going to react.
That's true.
All right. What about the challenge, y'all? Y'all watched the challenge on MTV. What's going on with it?
Great haul, bro.
It was awesome. It was so good. They did a modified Hall Brawl. What he's talking about is it's a modified version of an event, or what do you call it? An elimination that they've had several times. It's one of the most epic eliminations, in challenge history, is the Hall Brawl, where two people face up head to head in a tiny hallway, and you just gotta eat. It's only one way in. You got to push the other person out the other side. Well, now they did a double-decker Hall Brawl. It was nice, and the teams were so nice and evenly matched that went up against each other. It
was rookies. That's the thing. Like,
it was rookies.
Teams.
Great. And I was so proud of Shannon. You know what I'm saying? And she did it all dolled up. You know what I'm saying? She had her makeup popping, lashes flipping, and still kicked that girl's behind. And I liked what's her name? Raven. I like her. I thought she was like super strong, but Raven was like literally, Shannon was pushing her out her shoes, Tawana.
Yeah.
I used to like the challenge. I watched it all the time, and I haven't watched the new seasons, but y'all know it's just 1,000 things going on reality TV. It's like,
you gotta pick and choose.
You do.
You can pick 10 shows and still haven't covered even like a small percentage of the show.
You do, definitely.
Oh, but
the cover DVR.
Yeah, like for real.
Thank God.
I wouldn't even be watching no shows if it wasn't for DVR. But I do want to see it because I like seeing the challenge. Like, I like seeing all of the old vets come back.
And they did that this season too. What you think, Brian, about them letting the vets come back during the season and not, like they just get to come? Some of the vets
they have like a bye.
In. Yeah, it's like they got like a bye almost.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it at all. Like, I get Johnny Bananas, like, week 1 or 2, fine, but
Johnny Bananas
deserves a bye. But I don't like it at all.
Yeah, they still got this last one to come. It's I think it's Darrell and Veronica. And they need the bye. Veronica definitely need the bye. Anissa needed the bye.
Because Anissa would get eliminated.
Yes, exactly.
Why do they let Anissa do this every year?
I don't know why she's on.
It's like she never ever is good. Nobody wants her on the team. She's not.
I think she made it to one final. She usually socially makes it to the end, but she just never makes the final.
Yeah.
She never wins. I mean,
she don't got no endurance.
Yeah, that's the issue.
It's the endurance.
You need to be like in tip top shape.
Yeah. I'll be like,
I mean, because her
oh,
puzzle skills is epic. Now you get Anissa on a puzzle, it's over.
Yeah, she's great, but
So,
But it's
Brian,
the
did
running.
you watch? What was the? So there was a documentary about it, right?
yeah,
Mhm.
there's
Did you
like a
watch
history.
that too?
I watched the first couple episodes, but
Okay.
it's very good. It's funny how many people like the challenge of like all ages. Like I grew up watching rhobh Real World, so I like can attest to like liking a lot of the people and even the newcomers. I know you guys like Big Brother, but I don't think the Big Brother. I don't like a lot of the people from Big Brother.
No, I don't
That's
think
Erica's show.
I don't think that like the challenge aspect of it, they're not up to par with.
No,
You know what I'm saying? And I don't
Casey.
like that
Casey's
they're
good.
on there.
Casey
Is
the
good.
women are
yes.
good. The men,
Yes.
like Fessy. I hate Fessy.
Fessy. I hate Fessy.
He's
too.
the worst. And I mean, I don't want to like.
He's
talk
the
crap on Big
decision
Brother.
maker. He's Faisal.
Yeah, I don't want to talk crap on Big Brother.
He's using his real name now.
I don't want to talk crap on Big Brother, but if Josh can win your show, I don't. That's not a good like representation of the winners.
I think that the challenge is definitely worth honorable mention. Just FYI, just because it's been around so long.
It's been around so long.
It's really kind of like historic. I mean, you see all the same people, which is kind of crazy because I was watching them 10, 15 years ago, and that's still, like competing and out there doing that stuff.
It'll be interesting to see how they do on a mainstream network. Yeah. Because it'll be one of the first, I think, reality shows that's going to transition from what used to be like a cable network to like mainstream when they do the challenge, the world one or whatever.
Did you like that?
Do I like that they went to mainstream? The USA.
Did you like the USA version?
I mean, it was cool. It was I guess the aspect that sometimes you like about the challenge is that you know the people even before the season starts, because they clearly have been on other shows that you probably have watched. And so it made it more like, like a regular Survivor or Amazing Race type of show, because you weren't familiar with the, because even though they might have came from similar shows, that it was like they were from Survivor, Canada,
Love Island,
or Love Island, Costa Rica, like they were from other countries, and other reality shows that are in other countries. So that I wouldn't necessarily be watching. So the characters were a little bit more unfamiliar, which kind of took away that aspect for me.
I think there wasn't enough drama.
And that's what brings the drama, is that these people know each other and they mingle and are around MTV events in real life, and they sleep with each other.
And they weren't drunk. They weren't drinking, and that's a big challenge.
That's a big thing. Yeah.
So they were real competitors, and
I mean, there was people on there. Survivor has people on the main series. Big Brother has people on the main series, but they need to get in a fight drunk, and didn't think there was enough backstabbing or confrontation. I want to see people you
want to see the social part.
Yeah,
there not just the competition.
It was so uniform. It was okay, challenge. Okay, now we're gonna have deliberation, and then it's the elimination, and we're done. There wasn't people saying I don't like this person at all. I don't care what they say. You suck. Right. And there wasn't that. That's what makes the challenge, I think, really good.
I agree.
Unfortunately, it's stupid.
I agree. It's all the stuff that happens around the challenge.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, before we wrap up, let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, because people gonna want to hear what we gotta say about Garcelle and these accusations that she's made. Okay, she has been on a tour about these accusations that she's made against one of the other husbands, Chris, and Candace was really kind of upset with the cast and even the producers, because she felt like it was gang up on her husband this year, because it's been multiple women who've kind of tried to imply that he's been inappropriate with them. Okay? Right. And so Garcelle, this allegedly happened 4 months ago or a long time ago. Chris invited her to Chris invited her or asked could he come to her room. She allowed him to come to her room
After the reunion.
Got uncomfortable, right? And then she got uncomfortable because he was drinking and they had drinks, and so she got uncomfortable when they were in the room, based on the conversation. He was trying to like talk to her about Candace, like, or so whatever.
Right.
So I guess we're trying to figure out, what do you think about this whole Chris story that's developing now, and what this whole, you know, I guess
I'm with Candace
trying to create. Okay,
I'm with Candace. I would have walked out too. It's a reach. Even your friend knows it's a reach. Even Robin knows taken out of context, and she keep bringing up the fact that he also DM'd Ashley. He didn't DM Ashley. Ashley posted something on her story. She was already out with her friends, and all he did was say, "You should have came to the W." He's the manager of the club on the rooftop of the W. That's what he's supposed to do.
He wants her to come to his club to support him. That's
right. That's good business, baby. Like, what are you talking about?
But it's,
you know what I'm saying? Like, why you?
But it's so funny how women will do something like that. Like if you know, if your husband, you know, he's in promotion and he DMs them. Well, her husband be DMing me all the time. It's like, well, is he DMing you or is he asking you to come to his club? You know, it's a difference. And I think they playing silly. And Ashley was like, I mean, isn't that inappropriate? It was 2 a.m. Yeah, because you were out at 2 a.m. and he's up.
Ashley, you just pushed the baby out. Don't nobody want you. You just pushed the baby out.
So I do think so. Okay, so then we have this whole thing with Juan and Robin that, you know, now Robin wants a prenup. So Juan, he was in the NBA, he made all this money, and she had a prenup when she was married to Juan.
But didn't get no money.
They divorced. Now she's making the money, and now they want to get married again after they divorced. And now she want him to sign a prenup. You know, so
right.
Fine, I'll sign a prenup. I mean, whatever. Like I'll sign a prenup. So, but what do you think? Because a lot of people were kind of like disagreeing with her even asking him to sign a prenup because they felt like he didn't, you know, want a prenup when they initially got married, and he was an NBA player making millions of dollars. So,
girl,
what do you think about that whole prenup situation?
Look here. What had happened was she signed that prenup with Juan, and then they lost all their money. The prenup for her didn't even mean nothing.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a place to live when they got divorced. She had to let him live in the townhouse with her and the boys. That's how they ended up staying together even after the divorce, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he lost all his money.
So because they lost all the money. And he was a cheater at that time, which is one of the reasons, not just the money problems, why they ended up getting a divorce. So I definitely would want a prenup that would say, if you cheat on me again, first and foremost, you ain't getting nothing, and I'm taking probably all your stuff too.
All right,
just saying.
You know, put that clause in.
Right.
People don't even know they can put a clause in.
Yeah, they don't. People don't know. You can put that in there that if that there's an addendum, if you get caught cheating, it changes it.
They will not like that. Men will not like that.
No. So I would definitely have that in there. And he made her sign a prenup. Why would not? When you was making the money and you was an NBA player, you made me sign a prenup, even though I was helping you. My parents was helping you. Like they were like family, not just like boyfriend and girlfriend. You know what I mean? Because his parents, you know, he didn't have a relationship with his parents.
So do you think if the woman makes more money than the man, like let's say, you know, at first the man was making all the money, now she's making the money, she wants him to sign a prenup. How do you feel about the prenup situation in marriage?
I didn't have this happen in my life, but based off that scenario, I understand why she would want it. Can I ask who this person is? You said he played in the NBA. Juan who?
Dixon.
I don't even know. What did he play?
Juan Dixon.
Juan Dixon. What? I don't even know what team he played for. I just know that he was
his name's not ringing a bell.
NBA back then. I mean, he's much older now, right? Like 45. Or,
Okay.
So, yeah, he's a coach now.
I was thinking it was Juwan Howard, and I was like, "There's no way that it can't be him."
No, it's not.
In that situation, I would think, especially because if he put her in that situation and the roles reversed, why would it be different?
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
I mean, he was like, sure. I mean, he didn't even hesitate. He was just like, yeah, I'll sign it. I mean,
Juan be funny though, because he don't be liking to talk about that stuff on camera. He be like, why are you still talking about it?
And
All
then she
right.
was still
He
trying to
like,
talk
all right,
about stuff.
Robin. He got up and walked away. He's like, all right. I said, all right.
She's like, all right, it's done. She was still trying to talk about it. She was like, I mean, because when you got a girlfriend, it got nasty. He was like, okay, like stop.
Just taking it out.
Yes,
just
he
stop it. I'm
is.
gonna
He
sign the
is.
damn prenup. Stop
Mhm.
it, girl.
Mhm.
So it was like such controversy because people were like, okay, what's going on with this prenup situation?
Right.
But I think that the real storyline is why are they trying to go after Chris now and make him look like the
I do
sleazy
too.
husband?
I
You know,
do too.
he looks like the sleazy husband that's going after all the castmates and trying to flirt with all
Right.
the women. And everybody kind of thought Chris was like just the cool husband that everybody liked and everybody got along
And
with.
I think that's who
That's
he
what he was.
is. That
Yeah.
because he's actually friends with everybody. Like he actually has like his own, I thought, at the way it seemed, cool relationships with all the women. So, you know, I do think that maybe if he came to the dressing room to talk to Giselle at that reunion, and you know, like maybe just keep the door open or something. You know what I mean?
Maybe they should.
But to like make it seem like it's for Giselle to imply or to make it seem like he purposely was trying to be in that dressing room with her or like push up on her or make her uncomfortable in some type of way is just a reach to me.
She said he made her
It's a reach.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, so Juan
it's a
Dixon
reach.
played for Washington and Portland for 9 years. Did you see that? Okay, so let's put some respect on his name. Okay, he was in the NBA for 9 years. He's like, okay, I was treating it like
I looked up a picture of him. I recognize him.
Oh, you recognize him? Okay, all right, cool. So he is a well-respected.
Right.
I guess they lost their money because they invested in something with the scammer, and then
that was a friend of theirs.
Ended up pretty much taking everything.
That happens a lot with athletes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think he was their accountant or something. Like they had a friend who was managing their money, and he ended up taking almost everything that they had.
Yep.
And kind of wiped them out. And so he was kind of, you know, like, I mean, imagine that, you know, as a guy, I mean, I empathize with him. He, you know, he probably was like real depressed and stuff after that. And so his wife kind of like had his back, and she worked and went and got her real estate license, and she got on the show, and she has really brought them back up. So, I mean, I think a prenup is appropriate. Do I think it's necessarily like a storyline? No, because I think it's appropriate, and I think that it already took y'all long enough to get Juan on camera anyway. You know good and well he didn't never want to be on camera. Juan was in the closet talking to producers like, I ain't doing this. Remember that? A couple seasons ago, like Juan did not want to, you know, air out all his dirty laundry on camera. He like, this is Robin's thing.
But now he see that bag is putting them back.
See that bag, yeah. Get the money, girl.
You got to collect them coins. So get out the closet, Juan.
Right. So now he be on camera for limited moments. He like, I'm gonna sit down with you. We're gonna talk about this prenup. I'm gonna say yes, and that's it. That's it. Yeah. That's it, Robin.
Well, this has been great. Y'all got to talk about all y'all challenge shows and Amazing Race and everything. And we got to hear Brian's perspective. Brian, please tell people how they can follow you, what y'all talk about, what y'all shows about. We would love to hear that so that everyone can follow you.
Because I've been over there and it's popping.
Yeah. So I am one of, I guess, 5 people now on the Reality Guys. My main co-host, Bill, he couldn't be on tonight, but maybe in the future we can do a collaboration again because he would love to be on. We have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of it at the Reality Guys. We cover a lot of the shows that we talked about here, a lot of like Bachelor, a lot of any reality TV on Netflix, any reality TV, pretty much anywhere. We will try anything. Anyone has a suggestion? I got some good suggestions tonight. Expect coverage of after the after party or whatever that show is. I'm going to watch that show and maybe do something.
That's a better name.
Yeah. Anything there. Check us out. We do shows pretty much every day. Bill and I work super hard editing videos pretty much every night. We try to have at least one video out a day.
That's awesome.
Well, we are so happy to have the Reality Guys, even Brian, on this show. We welcome you guys to come back. Thank you so much. And y'all check out.
And we were supposed to have Bill, but it was his anniversary, right?
Yes.
So happy anniversary, Bill and Bill's wife.
You're here in spirit. Brian represented. Don't worry.
Yes, he
represented for the
did.
reality guys. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please go ahead and follow the reality guys, but don't forget to subscribe to our channel, y'all.
The new channel.
Like our Facebook. And
yes.
we're in there kind of giving y'all updates as well. So don't forget to make some comments and tell us what you think and what you liked and what you want to hear more of. We would love to hear it.
Love it.
Thank you guys. See you next Friday.
See you next Friday.
See ya. Thank you for having me.